As of January 1st, the way we process labs at Modern Endocrine is going to be different, because I am sick and tired of insurance companies dictating everything I do as a physician, the care I give my patients, and the amount of money it costs for patients to get good health. What I've been seeing over the last year and a half is that insurance companies are starting to deny more and more lab tests. Unfortunately, here at Modern Endocrine, we base our practice on labs because I feel like we do a really good job of looking at people from head to toe. I need a lot of values to help you figure out why you have the symptoms you have. Some of these labs that I order are very specialized labs, and it doesn't matter what code I pick or what hoops we try to jump through with insurance companies, they will just deny a lot of these tests. That's very frustrating to me, but it's also very frustrating to you because that results in you getting a very large lab bill. And that's so frustrating because, again, we need this to take the best care of you. So what I have decided to do at Modern Endocrine is to give you the option to pay for your labs at a reduced price. We call it the cash pay or client bill price. So I teamed up with a larger lab, DLO, who has said to me that they will give patients lower prices for labs if they pay for them in cash. So that means we are not filing it through your insurance. So what does that mean for you and why are we doing it? If I want to bill your insurance for labs, let's say you want a whole thyroid panel, a TSH, a T3, a T4. Let's say the cost of that test is, all of those tests is $50. In order to get $50 to cover that test from an insurance company, most of the time you have to bill them $100 or $120, $149 to get that $50. Let's say you come and see me and I order your thyroid labs because you're having symptoms or because we need to check because we've changed your medication, and we bill those labs to your insurance company. We do all the right coding, all the right diagnoses, and it goes to your insurance company. Your insurance company has the right to say, we deny paying for this test because we feel either it is not medically necessary, despite what your doctor says, or we feel it has been done too frequently, despite what symptoms your patient is having and despite what your doctor says. That makes it very difficult for us to do a good job and take a good care of you. And so when that happens, that $149 bill or $100 bill or $129 bill that we billed to the insurance company, that then gets turned to what we call patient responsibility. So now you have a bill of $100 or $129 or $149 for labs that were done because your insurance company has decided that you shouldn't have these labs done. It's frustrating for me as well because patients get really frustrated with my office and I'm very upset, and there's nothing I can do about it. So what I would like to do is instead give you the option to pay $50 for your lab up front. You pay it here before you do the labs. After you do the lab, we can put together something for you called a super bill. So we will list all the labs you have, the diagnoses that you have, the reason we think you need the tests. We will then mail this to you within 1 week. When you get this, you then just take everything we sent you and you will put it in an envelope, and on your insurance card it should say you can submit claims to, and you will take all this information we give you and you will submit it to your insurance company. Now that sounds like an extra step and that sounds frustrating, but what I will tell you is if you send that information to your insurance company and they deny the test, if they deny the test, you were just out $50 instead of $100 or $129 or $140. If they pay for the test though, then you get all your money back and everything is great. But I have a feeling that more and more and more they're going to continue to deny tests. I got an email just this week with a list of 42 Blue Cross patients on it, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, where they had denied lab tests for frequency or diagnoses, or so now we have to go back to these 42 people and say, I'm sorry, you have this inflated lab bill that you owe because your insurance company won't pay for the lab test that your doctor thinks is appropriate for you. So I'm just really frustrated with that. I do a lot of labs. I need it to take really good care of you. A lot of the labs that we do are specialty labs, and a lot of them can be really expensive. When you come as a new patient, it's not uncommon for you to get a huge workup of labs, 30 tests maybe, so that we can check everything we need to check. And if you bill that to insurance, it may cost $1,000, $1,700, $2,000. But a lot of times we can do all those tests for you for $350, $400, maybe even $500. In my mind, it makes more sense to tell you that up front, give you the option to pay for that, then give you the information to submit it to your insurance company and hopefully be reimbursed for all those tests, because you should be. But if you aren't, then number one, the bill is not inflated. Number two, you're never gonna get another bill. So a lot of my patients get bills 3 months, 6 months, 9 months after they're here. They're very flustered and angry because they don't understand why. Well, the reason is because we billed your insurance company. It's set for 90 days. They denied denied it. They send it back at 100 days. We try to give them more information. It goes back to your insurance company. It sets again. They deny it again. And then at 180 days, it comes back to us and we say there's nothing we can do, so we flip it to patient responsibility, and you get a bill 6 months later for something you did many months before and don't understand why. And there's nothing I can do other than allow you to pay for this cost of labs upfront, give you a discounted rate, and then allow you to file it with your insurance. So unfortunately, insurance companies continue to try to dictate how I practice medicine, how you receive care as a patient, but I don't want that to reflect on how I practice medicine and how I take care of you. So I want to be able to order tests and do it freely without feeling bad that people may be getting $1,000 bills. So I want to be very upfront with you about the cost of the tests that you need to make sure that you're being taken care of, and so that we can best take care of you. We'll provide a sheet with the costs of all the tests. We can tell you how much they will cost up front. You will never get another bill from us. If your insurance company denies it, you've already paid, but if they don't, you're going to get some reimbursement. We are able to file on your behalf and try to get you reimbursement with Medicare. All other insurance companies, you're going to need to do it for yourself. I hope this is going to help patients not end up with very large lab bills and help us be able to take better care of you and be very straightforward, forthcoming with it, so that we don't have these big lab bills and angry patients after the fact.